Inside a perfectly organized small apartment. Maximize space, minimize clutter. Welcome to Mahurip. Some people believe that a good life needs a big house. I don't think that's true anymore. The smallest rooms often hold the biggest lessons about what we actually need and what we've just been carrying out of habit. Today, we're stepping into a home that proves this. Not a showroom. Not a picture built for likes. A real, breathing space where every corner has been asked to earn its place. Over the next few minutes, we'll walk through 4 rooms and 4 ideas. By the end, I hope you won't just see a smaller apartment. You'll see a calmer way of living. Let's go inside. The doorway pause. Before you even reach the living room, there's a small stretch of hallway, barely 2 steps wide. And yet it doesn't feel tight. It feels intentional. The trick isn't clever furniture. It's restraint. A slim floating bench holds the day's shoes, lifted just above the floor so the eye keeps traveling instead of stopping. Behind a single flush panel, coats and umbrellas wait out of sight, so the wall stays calm and unbroken. This little stretch of space does something bigger than storage. It gives you a breath, a few seconds to leave the noise of the day behind before you step further in. One room, many lives. Past the entry, the walls open into a single room that has to be everything at once, a place to unwind, a place to host a friend, a place to sit down and focus. Instead of fighting that, the room leans into it. A low sectional hides a deep drawer beneath its cushions, swallowing blankets and off-season clothes without a trace. In the far corner, a narrow desk tucks against the wall, half hidden by a woven room divider that separates work from rest without ever needing a door. Every material speaks the same quiet language. Raw wood, warm linen, soft clay tones. Nothing shouts. And because nothing shouts, the small room never feels like it's shrinking around you. The kitchen that thinks ahead. A tiny kitchen forgives nothing. Every inch left empty is an inch wasted, and every inch overcrowded ruins the joy of cooking. Here, the counters stay almost bare on purpose. The real work happens inside. Tall pull-out cabinets that slide forward like drawers, holding spices, oils, and tools sorted by how often a hand actually reaches for them. Vertical dividers stand jars upright instead of letting them roll into forgotten corners. Nothing here is about looking impressive. It's about a kitchen that keeps up with you instead of slowing you down, so cooking becomes something closer to a ritual than a chore. A bedroom built for silence. The last room is the quietest one. And it should be. This is where storage disappears completely. A platform bed rises gently on a hidden lift, opening onto a full hidden closet underneath. Coats, luggage, anything rarely touched, tucked completely out of sight. The built-in wardrobe along the wall wears the same soft tone as the paint, so it blends rather than announces itself. Nothing here competes for attention. And that's the whole point. A bedroom shouldn't ask anything of you. It should simply let you rest. Thank you. None of these rooms are large. None of them needed to be. What they share is a kind of discipline, a decision made again and again to keep only what earns its place and to hide the rest with care instead of clutter. A home like this doesn't ask how much space do I have. It asks how do I want to feel in it. If this tour gave you even one idea for your own space, that's enough. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I'll see you in the next one.